Hello YouTube! Today on the Night of Librarian, I'm going to tell you all about Smutty September. This September, I just want to read smutty books. Like, why put on airs about it? I just do. Basically, I have so many smutty books that I feel like I've been neglecting lately because there's been so many fantasy novels I've been reading that I just want to get into some good smutty delights. And I think it's because I went on that TBR binge that now I'm like, I just want to read smutty delights. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Just give me all your porn. I just want it. I'm gonna try to read primarily smutty delights this month. And if you want to read along with me, please do. I'd love to read along, have a smutty read-a-thon with everybody. That sounds actually really fun. These are at least the physical books I'm gonna plan on reading. I also have a bunch of books in my Kindle I'm gonna try to knock out, but I don't know which ones I'm going to be in the mood for yet, so I don't want to commit, but these ones I can commit to. To start things off, I have The Luckiest Lady in London by Sherry Thomas. And I just picked this up mainly because I heard she's supposed to be doing a signing at the Rip Bodice, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll check out her books and see if I like it, because I surprisingly like the historical romances of Tessa Dare, so I'm like, maybe I like historical romance in general. I did start reading this yesterday, which was in September. I'm filming this in September, so it counted for September. But it's a really quick read. I'm almost done with it. I read it for maybe 5 hours worth of reading, and it's done. Since I am trying to explore this genre, I'm also going to try to read No Earls Allowed by Shanna Galen. And I got this as an ARC actually, and it seems kind of cool. I don't know. It seems like it's going to be funny. That's the key here. So I want to try this one out. I have high hopes. It's about this lady who's running a ramshackle orphanage, and then this slumlord is just to her, trying to get at her, and she's like, no thank you. And then this major comes home, and he's just like, oh, I'm handy with a hammer, and she's like, I got repairs you can do both in my pants and on my building. So I assume that's what happens in it, and it seems like it's gonna be funny, so I am excited to read this one. Also, because I'm crazy, I'm going to keep working my way through Tessa Dare backlog, so I'm going to try to read all of these too, by Tessa Dare. I have Once Upon a Winter's Eve. I have A Lady by Midnight, which I have been really, really wanting to read because it's about two characters I'm so intrigued by. I'm also going to read Beauty and the Blacksmith, and this is also something I'm really intrigued by because it's this girl who's the prettiest girl in town and could marry a duke, but she likes the blacksmith. Any Duchess will do. Very excited by this one. It's about a woman who wants to open a romance bookstore. I love her already. Last but not least, I'm going to finish off the Spindle Cove series with Lord Dashwood Missed Out. And it's basically this girl writes a scandalous letter about this guy who did her wrong, and the guy who did her wrong comes back and he's just like, the fuck, lady? Everyone thinks I'm an asshole now. I'm so into it. I'm so into her books. Oh, I just want to read them all right now. I'm also going to read A Duke by Default by Alyssa Cole. I really liked A Princess in Theory, and I've been really, really wanting to read the sequel. Oh my goodness gracious. The thing is, I have heard both stunning reviews, and I have had kind of not so stunning reviews for it. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna take it yet, because these are two people I trust their opinion. They both have very different opinions. So I was like, oh, I don't know how this is gonna land. So it makes me even more curious about it. So I'm definitely gonna read this. I'm totally down to read this. This is Portia's story. You meet her in A Princess in Theory, and she is kind of the well-meaning but not very good at following through friend. I think it's kind of an ADHD thing, but basically she goes to Scotland and she meets this guy who's an illegitimate duke, I guess, in sexy times. And I think they make swords, and I'm really into sword making. It's so fascinating. I watched too many documentaries about it, but it's really fascinating how they make swords. And so that's just me being a geek, but I'm really excited about this one. Keeping with that whole royal theme, I also have Royally Matched by Emma Chase. This is also a sequel. It is a sequel to Royally Screwed, and the thing about Royally Screwed is that it's so sappy, but it's my brand of sap. It's the kind of sappy I like, and I'm pretty sure this is also gonna be very sappy, but it's gonna be that sappiness that I'm all about. It's kind of about like a rakish prince, and he has to find a wife. So he's just like, you know what? Got it. Reality TV show. Who wants to be a queen? Like, so it's all these like people in a reality show vying for his like hand in marriage. I don't know how that's gonna work considering he's like a prince, but he's a prince of like a really little country. It's not like he's changing world policy or nothing. It's complete fluff, but it's like my fluff, and I want to read it. I also picked up The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hong, and I've also heard such amazing things about it. Although I only found out recently that it is about a woman who's like very much into math. I believe she's a mathematician, and her love interest, the man, is actually a sex worker. Didn't know that. I thought he was just some guy, but apparently he's like an escort, and I'm kind of into it. I want to see how that works out. Like, it only intrigued me more how they're gonna handle it, and I've heard nothing but amazing reviews about this, so I am like so excited to read this. I picked it up at the Rip Bodice, and it's actually signed, so I don't know. I want to read it. It kind of gives me like the same kind of vibes as like The Hating Game or The Wedding Date, like books like that, where there like are smutty bits, but the main point of the story isn't the smutty bits. However, he is an escort, so maybe there's a lot of smutty bits. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just excited. Those are a whole lot of smutty books. There may be more smutty books. I don't want to commit to any more yet, but I'm gonna need palette cleansers because I don't want to just like smut all the time because I will go insane. Here are a few books I'm gonna intersperse in the month just to keep things fresh. I need to finish Vicious by V.E. Schwab, mainly because Vengeful comes out at the end of September, so I have a little bit of time to finish it. I did start it in August because I said I was going to read it and I didn't. But I did read 64 whole pages of it, so I have a start. This is the book I was reading when I went on my Tessa Dare binge, so like it kind of just completely fell to the wayside. But I do want to pick it up again and like finish it because the 64 pages I read were very good. So I want to be prepared for when Vengeful comes out at the end of the month. So I'm definitely going to read this. I also want to finish Nixia Unleashed. This is another one of those books. I started it and like I just haven't got around to finishing it. And it's the worst because I love it. I loved Nixia. This is the sequel to it. I've loved everything I've read so far. I just can't get my shit together to actually finish it. Gosh. It's very good. I just have to put my foot down about it and be like, Amanda, you're going to read this month. Do it now. So that's the plan. Last but not least, complete palette cleanser. I have Noir by Christopher Moore. Christopher Moore is an author I really, really love. They don't ever see anyone talking about on BookTube because he's not necessarily like a book that people would talk about on BookTube, I guess. He kind of writes like quirky, weird comedies, and I've literally read everything he's ever written. I love him to bits. And I went to the launch of this book, so it's like signed, and I was so excited. Oh my gosh, Christopher Moore! This takes place in like the 40s or 50s, and it's kind of involving like the Roswell alien crash and like Men in Black, and it takes place in San Francisco, and like conspiracy and gangsters, and it's gonna be funny, I know that much. But yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Total palette cleanser, so unlike any of the other books this month. I'm dying to read this. Okay, I'm feeling really good about Smutty September. Whew, I think I'm gonna do this every year. Smutty September for life. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to do like a buddy read with any of these books, because like Smutty September is a go for me. I think it should be a national holiday. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like, and if you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!